Welcome everyone to this summary of the results for the final quarter of 2021, as well as for the full year. In addition to the results, we will also talk a bit about the separation process for the product information business area. So let us start with the latest results. How did Semcon do in the final quarter of 2021? What were the highlights?
It was a fantastic finish of the year, and in general, it was a good year for Semcon. We performed a really good revenue growth. Also in the fourth quarter, it was actually the third consecutive quarter with a growth over 10%. We boosted that with more acquisitions. So we had a digital team from Tedsis joining us in the fourth quarter. And also we had a team in the UK, a company called Walkgrove that joined us at the end of the year with specific competences within digital learning. So that was fantastic. Also from a margin perspective, we have performed really, really well during the year and finalizing the year, reaching the target that was set by the board of directors at the beginning of the year. So an EBIT margin above 10%. As well, which is great. So a fantastic year, and the macro trends of digitalization and sustainability, we were really lined up for those and performed really well across the team. So a great year for Semcon.
And if we break down the results per business area for the quarter, what does that look like?
Well, for product information, let me start with the growth because that makes me really proud. We have some really high targets within the organization, and for the fourth quarter we actually managed to deliver more than 10% organic growth in the business area. And for the full year it was above 8%, despite that Corona is still around us and makes business development quite difficult sometimes. And also talking about growth, I think it's worth mentioning the fact that our investments in digital learning over the last couple of years have given good result. We saw a very high growth from the digital learning organization, followed also by the digital systems and digital tools. And in the fourth quarter we also saw the German markets delivering a high growth, which is looking good for next year. Then of course we have the profitability. 16% EBIT is very, very high. It's actually the highest in the history of product information. And again, it was not one market. All market contributed in a very, very nice way. And going forward, I do believe that the things that we have not been able to invest in this year, like for instance, kickoffs, traveling and those kind of things, they will increase during 22 and onwards as we see Corona disappear, hopefully. Then of course we have other KPIs of importance. One of them being the portion of managed service and solution-based business, which is above 75%, in line with our aspirations as well. And another KPI, which I believe is of great importance, is the gender balance, where we continue to be in the span of 40-60, which we have set up as a target. And then finally, let me take the opportunity to also welcome all the new colleagues coming from Walkgrove, an acquisition that we did on the 31st of December of the year. We're very much looking forward to collaborate with our new colleagues in the years to come. So yeah, a very good year, and I think you've had that well in EDS, Markus. What do you say?
Yeah, it was very good. But first of all, I have to congratulate you and your colleagues in the business area product information for a fantastic performance. A very, very nice performance and solid results in the year. And for engineering and digital services, it was of course a really good year as well. The last quarter we had a fantastic growth of 24%. And that is driven by the trends that I just mentioned before with sustainability, digitalization. We also have a boost from the acquisitions that we made. It's also nice to see that we are delivering according to our strategy in the sense that we are diversifying into new industries and also broadening our customer base. And a lot of companies out there are looking for services and that are really providing value for them within these within the digital domain, but also in industry verticals like life science and the public sector, where we saw significant growth during the year and also in the fourth quarter. What is also interesting to see is the margin trend that we have in the business area, which is very positive. A significant margin improvement also in the fourth quarter, which gives us good hopes for a good start here of 2022.
Sounds like we've had a great year. What would you say are the main reasons behind the successful results?
Well, I think the simple answer is that we have a very good relationship with our customers. They obviously like what we're doing, the way we do it, and the results of what we're doing. But behind that, we have been able to identify, I think, the right trends out there and adapt our strategies, our offering, and that is within both EDS and PI. Then another thing worth mentioning, I think, is our ability to act swiftly and flexibly to changes in the market. I believe the working from home that we've seen over the last couple of years is a very good example of how we basically overnight moved from working in the office or at the customer site, managed to work from home, but continue to deliver very good services. So that's another contributing factor, if you ask me. And Markus, you can probably add a few more.
Yeah, I think the customer is really important. I also want to add the fantastic colleagues that we have in the group, just doing an excellent, fantastic job during this year, which is very difficult during the pandemic, working from a distance. Also, as I mentioned before, regarding the macro trends, we are very well positioned when it comes to sustainability and digitalization. This is having an effect on both business areas, and obviously there is a great demand for these services in the market and will continue to be going forward. Also now getting these new colleagues in from the acquisitions that we've made over the year, 3 acquisitions in 8 months, which is a great contribution to our operations with Tedsis and Sweden and Walkgrove now at the end of the year. So really, those are really the main factors, I would say.
In September, it was announced that product information will become a separate unit. Can you give us an update on how that project is progressing?
Yes, of course. As you said, it's now a formal project in internal Semcon, which has been divided into 8 different work streams. And the most critical one, I think, identified early on is the IT track, where we need to separate the infrastructure and data and information at the same time as we have to continue to deliver seamlessly to our customers. So it's a very crucial part of the separation to make that successful. We are working against a very tight schedule, and the ambition here is to have a fully separated product information sometime during the second half of this year.
Yeah, and also when it comes to the possibility to have a public listing of the product information business area, that's also a very exciting part of this project. And there the board of directors has made the decision to aim for a public listing during the fourth quarter of 2022. So this will be an important process that we are preparing in parallel. Also, what is important in this project is the branding activities. Of course, getting the new brand in place for product information, but also reigniting the Semcon brand is going to be a very, very important part of this process and is an important work stream in the project. So now we have really exciting times ahead, and I would say that we have fantastic opportunities to grow both these entities going forward. So I'm really looking forward to finalizing this project together with the team.
Thank you, Markus and Johan. And to all of you watching, our next report for the first quarter of 2022 will be released on 29th of April. See you then.